Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a postdoc in the group of Sanjay Sinha at the Cambridge Stem Cell Institute, and I'm now working with my colleagues to support a wider collaborative project on COVID-19. Absolutely not. Our lab is mainly focused on exploring the potential of stem cell to repair the damaged cardiac tissue in the heart. As part of the wider field of regenerative medicine. And actually, most of my colleagues in the lab have never worked with viruses or infectious disease before. Actually, as the pandemic spread, studies emerged about both the molecular mechanism and the clinical features of COVID-19 infections. These studies were shared with us by our clinical colleagues, including reports of myocardial damage in a substantial portion of COVID-19 patients. And naturally, as we work in the cardiovascular field, we ask ourselves the question whether our stem cell model could be used to understand the mechanism of heart damage that is triggered by this infection. Informed and inspired by early scientific literature, we actually started our experiment at the beginning of March, a few weeks before lockdown began and just before restrictions were imposed on accessing our building for all non-COVID related research. I was, and I still am very conscious of the fact that in these times to make a difference, it is important to work fast and effectively. For this reason, personally, my biggest challenge that I faced was my limited experience of certain laboratory techniques and understanding of basic viral biology that I needed to get experiments underway. I also found it quite hard to spend most of my time alone in the lab. However, I have to say that I was immensely helped by several colleagues working in the neighboring institutes. We hope to have some meaningful answer to our research questions in the next couple of months to support effective treatment of COVID patients, and particularly those with heart conditions. Yes, it is essential. We would not have been able to gather all the preliminary results to date without the help of our collaborator, both from the Department of Medicine and the Cambridge Institute of Therapeutic Immunology. It has been actually quite amazing the speed at which these important collaborations have been established, and this is perhaps unique to the pressure of the current circumstances. During the last few months since the pandemic started, I actually started to think more about the public's trust and access to scientific research. Day in and day out, the news is dominated by the latest scientific papers, and in a way, science hasn't been put under this much spotlight before. So it made me think about the impact that my work and our work might have out there in the hospital, in the front line, and I want the public to know about our progress and the fact that we are pursuing our research to the highest standards. Until the Stem Cell Institute reopened to wider research a few weeks ago, I was only carrying out COVID-related experiments. Right now, however, I'm starting to pick up my main project again, which consists in the development of a tissue-engineered heart patch for the repair of the injured myocardium. We are fortunate enough to have received funding from the British Heart Foundation to continue COVID-related research for the next year. So our work on viral-induced damage to the cardiac tissue will continue. This is uncharted territory for our lab, so we are excited by the potential to continue working on COVID as well as other infectious diseases that might affect the heart in the future.